wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Spectacular performance by Lucas Matthysse. I did not expect this fight to end early. I thought this fight would go rounds. I thought it would be a close fight. Yeah, I thought this would be close and tough. I thought that a lot of it would be fought on the inside. I thought Peterson might even manage to get to push Matthysse back, with his physical strength and just push him back to the ropes and stuff like that. I think it happened about once in the fight. But from the opening bell, it was clear that Mathisse's punching power was just off the fucking chart. Yeah, and obviously I've seen Matthysse fight a lot of times. Yeah, but his last couple opponents haven't really been proven world level fighters. I saw him beat a Jose. I seen him beat Dallas. And those were spectacular knockouts. He showed good punching power in those fights, but it was difficult for me to gauge exactly how hard this guy could hit because he wasn't really fighting proven world level opposition. Who we've seen fight at world level several times. So I knew he could hit hard, but I ain't even gonna lie. I know he's got a great knockout record and all that, but a lot of fighters have got a great knockout record. But I think I underestimated this guy's punching power. I did not expect to see him, get Peterson out of there that quickly. I mean, if anyone was gonna get knocked out in this fight, I thought Peterson was probably gonna get knocked out, but I did not expect him to get blown away like that. Wow. Lucas Matthysse punching power is phenomenal. Pound for pound, this guy might be the hardest puncher in boxing today. He hits that hard. Even the shots that was missing, the kind of leverage that he was putting on them shots, you could just tell they were set to kill. Tremendous leverage this guy gets on his punches. Even when they missed, you just felt, wow, if Peterson gets caught by one of these shots, he's going to be in serious fucking trouble. Man, this Lucas Matthysse has got some incredible leverage on his punches. He's like a little Mike Tyson in there. He's a short guy for a 140-pounder. But, geez, he gets some wicked, explosive power on his shots. Incredible. And yeah, the fight, if anyone who didn't see it, the fight only went 3 rounds. Peterson got knocked down twice. Was he knocked down? Was it twice or 3 times? I think 3 times, sorry. He got knocked down at the end of the second round and then twice in the third round. And the heaviest knockdown was the first knockdown in the third round, which just laid Peterson out with a left hook. Tremendous left hook. Now, Peterson tried to stick a move early in the fight. He tried to, stick to the outside boxing, but after he got knocked down at the end of the second round, he decided, what, boxing ain't gonna work, you know what I mean? So I better get involved. I better try and push this guy back. But that actually, played into Matthisse's hands, and he was more than a match for Peterson on the inside. Peterson's a very good inside fighter. Peterson's very competent on the inside, but he was no match for Matthysse. And wow, Matthysse just blew him away. Incredible punching power, incredible explosiveness. I was just thrilled. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful display of punching power. I like punchers. Yeah, that's one thing about me. Is you look at my favorite fighters in the history of boxing, and pretty much they're all punchers. Yeah, I like big punchers. So I was very, very impressed. I was entertained. I love that performance from Lucas Matthysse. Yeah. Like I say, I've seen a lot of his fights before, but he didn't get rid of Zab Judah. So I was thinking, okay, he hits hard, but does he really hit that hard? He couldn't get rid of Zab Judah. I know styles make fights and all that kind of stuff. That is definitely true. But I had my question marks about just how hard he hits. I knew he hit hard, but wow, now I really, really know how hard he hits. And the funniest thing about this fight was Danny Garcia's reaction after the fight. They pointed the camera at Danny Garcia after Lamont Peterson got knocked out. And Danny Garcia, if I've ever seen a look of fear come across a guy's face, it is when the camera pointed at Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia was shook to death. I swear to God, this guy was shook to bits. My days. Them ones where Danny was trying to he was with a couple people at ringside, so he was trying to act like he was just there enjoying the fight and laughing and stuff like that. But when you looked at his eyes looked shook to death, and he was forcing his smiles and he was forcing his joyful reaction. You could tell in his eyes that boy was shook to bits because he expected Peterson to win. Amir Khan, to Khan's credit, Khan didn't really look shook, to be fair, because Khan was at ringside as well. He didn't really look that scared, but I don't know, maybe Khan's insane, because literally, it should be illegal for them to put Amir Khan anywhere near a ring with Lucas Matthysse. I swear to God, that shit should be illegal. Anyone, if they ever make a Khan Matthysse fight, the matchmakers need to be put in prison. I'm telling you, because that's a fucking crime. You can't put Khan in the ring with Matthysse. That is not right. This shit was crazy. But yeah, Danny Garcia shook to bits. He don't want to fight Lucas Matthysse next. I would like to see what Danny Garcia's dad probably, he probably fancies the fight. He's probably gonna say, yeah, Danny will take him, but Danny is gonna be scared to death. I'm telling you right now. And Broner as well. Yeah, after Broner gets done with Paulie, as long as he does get done with Paulie, he ain't gonna come back down to 140 for Lucas. I'm telling you right now. He ain't gonna come to 140 for Lucas Matthysse. Hey, yo, this Matthysse guy hits like a fucking train. Now, don't get it twisted. He's not invincible. All right, there is fighters out there with the style that would be able to beat him, and it seems that against them slick southpaws, Devon Alexander and Zab Judah, he had a slightly harder time landing his big shots against southpaws. So maybe that's his kryptonite. Maybe he's not quite as adept at landing his hard shots against southpaws, or maybe he's improved since then. Who knows? But what I do know is if he does land on you, you're in serious fucking trouble. So get the fuck out of the way when them punches are coming. Yo, I love this fight, man. This shit was entertaining. It was a great knockout, and it was very interesting to see the reaction of the other guys in and around that weight division. Broner, and obviously Broner's in Peterson's camp most of the time. And Broner's face dropped when Peterson dropped. You get what I'm saying? Oh shit, this Matthysse guy, he's some puncher, man. He's some puncher, and this is what boxing needs, man. We need punchers like this. This is the kind of thing that makes people want to watch boxing. Casual fans want to watch boxing, not just the hardcore. So yeah, man, I'm very excited about what Matthysse could do in this sport. I've seen now that he can definitely knock the fuck out of world-class opposition, tough guys. Peterson's a tough guy. He's got a good chin. I know he's been down a couple times, but he's never been, laid out like that. You know what I'm saying? He's never been hurt, dropped that heavily before. You know what I'm saying? So, man, Lucas Matthysse is for real, and I can't wait to see the Garcia fight. I hope the Garcia fight comes off. I hope Garcia don't pull some funny business. Him and Amir Khan was probably meeting up after the fight, talking about, you know what, let's both move up to 147 right now and have a rematch. You know what I mean? Deal? Where do I sign the contract? You get me? But yeah, let me know how you feel about this fight. I thought this was a very entertaining, tremendous performance by Lucas Matthysse. I'm obviously very animated and excited about it. I thought that's the kind of shit I like to see in boxing, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know how you feel about this. Do you think the Matthysse Garcia fight will happen, or do you think some type of shenanigans will take place to prevent it? Yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below. This is Hatman. I'm out.